So yeah, hello everyone. I don't need this video option over here. Okay, let it be. So yeah, this is a very interesting problem. We will start with the third one. We are having three problems in this contest. So we'll start from third, second, and then first. So let's see the third problem first. So I do need to think a lot of things on this problem, but let's get this solved. Yeah. So what basically we are having over here is we have given an array, right, and which consists of some elements, and we are also given one 2D query which consists of ranges from, let's say, L to R, right? And what this range can do, if we are having, let's say, range from 0 to 2, so it can decrement the elements from the array in the range of 0 to 2, so we can decrement it, right? So what's our target in this problem is to make our array 0, and we need to do this by using minimum elements from this query array, right? So if you see the answer over here, they have mentioned written the maximum number of elements that can be removed from the queries. It means ki if we have used only, let's say, in the query we are having uh, n elements, and we only used uh, m elements. It means these m elements are the one which we have used to get this our original array 0. So this should be our answer. So how we can solve this problem? So let me explain you through an example as well. I don't know if anyone is watching me. Oh, no one. Great. So let's take this example first. Yeah. So we are having this 2, 0, and 2, right? So let's say if we have taken the first range, which is 0 to 2, so what it will do, it will include this all the three elements, and at whatever position we need to decrease it, we can decrease it. So we can decrease it from 1 to 1. This 0 remains 0 because we can't go to -1, and this will again get to 1. So this range we need to use, let's say. And another we have again 0 to 2, so we can use we can decrease it to 0. This 0 remains 0, and this 1 will also get the value 0. So we have only used these two elements from the query array, and this one is left. So that's why we have returned this one over here. So basically how we can solve this problem. So if we think in a brute force way, so how can a brute force looks like in this problem? So take a set of we can take a set of elements from this query array, and we can choose which all required to get this 0. So this problem is pretty much in the exponential time complexity, because we are deciding on each element at each element from the query whether we are choosing it or not. So for every positions we are having two options, so 2 into 2 into 2. So for every n elements it will be 2 into n, and after having this we need to apply this on array, or need to apply the operations on our array as well. So this will be let's say m. So this is a pretty much exponential problem, so we need to optimize it somehow. So I thought of a multiple solution for this problem, but perfect the better solution is we can maintain one prefix prefix array. So what this prefix will do, so over here what we can do, if for let's say any position in num, so in order to make this 0, let's say if we have used this element from query 0 to 2, right? So we can increment this, but the positions after it, this 1 and 2 we have used for position 0, but this 1 and 2 can also use it. So what we can do, we can increment this count, and this incremented count can be used by this element as well, right? And as we have incremented over here and the range is only up to 2, so at index 3 we need to decrease it as well. So in that way we can maintain a prefix array, and we only need to use while iterating through this num array. So what approach I have followed over here, let me explain you that first. So what I did, let me explain it through an example. Yeah, let's take this example. Example number 2 looks better. So at first we are having num equal to this 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, right? And as we are iterating in this num array, so at first what I need a queries which should be having ranges included for this num at 0th position, right? So how can I get that? I can, what I need to do, I need to sort this query element so that the index that are coming earlier should be come first. So after sorting it, this query array, what elements I will be having, first I will be having 0 2, then I will be having again 0 2, then I will be having let's say 0 2 1 2, and then I will be having 1 3, right? And I am also having one prefix which contains key which all queries has supported uh, incrementing, or let's say incrementing the count. So these are all initially 0, right? Now I see my prefix. So all the queries that I have used yet is not able to fulfill, will not able to decrease this num to the 0. So I need some elements from this query in order to satisfy this. So I need to choose which all should be optimally good for me to use over here. So what I can do, so I know I need to, I have already kind of satisfy all the elements, or meet the condition for all the elements that are left to the num. So I need to choose the one which also include this element, this index, and also can go as far as possible over here in the rightmost direction. So let's say if I am having an option of let's say 0 2 and 0 5, or let's say 0 1. So I need to choose this. Why? Because this need to be used first, because this can help me to increment my count for these the elements which are on left side, right? So how we can do it? We can maintain one set, and what this set will do, this set will take out the elements which also include this index, right? And all the elements that are over there, right? So in this set I will take out the element which will be having the highest rightmost index. So I will take that one, and in prefix what I will do, I will increment my current one and decrement the rightmost plus one, right? This need to be decremented, and I will keep on calculating my prefix by uh, adding the value which is left to it, right? And I will keep on doing it. So I will let's say again by using this also not meet the condition, I will use the another one. So I will keep on iterating over here and take out the elements from queries which need to be used by using our set prefix element, and this optimal choosing the elements from the query. So yeah, yeah, I think someone is watching me. Okay, two guys are watching me. Okay, so you can go through the solution. So let me quickly explain you my code over here. So as I said, n is the size of array, and this q queries we are having, which contains our leftmost and rightmost indexes, and currently the use is 0. And I also need to use this multiset for taking out the elements which are on the rightmost side. And I also define this prefix array, and as I said, I need to sort this query array, and let's say the current index for this query is currently 0, and this prefix I have assigned it to 0, assign all the elements of prefix as 0, and then we are iterating on this a array, and we'll check whether yeah, and we need to also calculate our prefix by adding the values that we are already having in the one left element. So we need to check whether our prefix is having at least a of I value or not. And if it is having a of I value, we don't need to include any element from this query array. So we can directly continue from this point. And if we don't, then we need to take out the some elements from this query array. So I will keep on iterating until and unless I am having elements in query. We'll check whether the query element having this I, including this a of I element in array or not. And if it is including it, what I do, I will insert it as minus a of q current element, and I will putting its leftmost one, and I have incremented this current count. So it will keep on doing it until we are having our a of I element in it. So once it stop, I will choose the one which will be having the greatest value for the rightmost index, and I have erased it from multiset, and we'll check whether the rightmost element that we are having currently in set, whether it is including this a of I element or not. And if it is including a of I, we need to use that element. So we need to increment the count of used element, and need to increment the prefix as I said, and we also need to decrease x plus 1 minus minus, right? And if this is not satisfied, right, so we all know the element from set will be our largest one, and if this not include the ith element, we need to return minus 1 from this point. Yeah, and after doing all this operation, if we are not able to find at least a of I count in the prefix of a of I, we can break out of it. Yeah, if we have found in this set, we can break out of it. And still if it is not um having the at least element of a of I, we can return directly -1. And what will be our answer? Our answer should be what we are having, all the number of counts in this query minus the one which we used. So yeah. And let's see the second problem. Yeah, so this is not that tough. So we need to convert this S string into T, and we can, as we are having this, this A of A can be converted into B, and then B can be converted into C, and these moves are considered as next move, and we are having the cost for next move as well. And the same thing we can do for previous cost. So B can be converted into A can be converted into Z. So we are having, and for this operation we need to pay previous cost of amount. So we need to convert S into T in the minimum cost. So whatever the minimum cost we required for S to convert into T, we need to return that, right? So we all know ki whether we need to move in forward direction or in we need to move in the backward direction in order to convert any character into any other character. So whichever move, either moving in a forward direction or in a backward direction, whichever is minimum, we need to take that one. So yeah, that what I did in this as well. So if you see, I have iterated in as a string and taken out what are the values corresponding to s of I and s of t. So this x need to be converted into y. So I started moving forward. So the forward cost I have included for the element x, whatever we have get the element x, and we need to increment, keep on incrementing element x until we will not able to find this element y, right? And we need to take the modulus of 26 because this need to be in clockwise direction. And then I have chosen to move in backward direction by decrementing the decrementing x, and need to include plus this 26 because if at any position if it is negative, let's say if the value, if our element in s x is a, then its corresponding value is 0. So over here we will be having -1 plus this 26, 26 it will converted into 25, this which correspond to x. So after modulus we can get the value of x, and we will need to keep doing till we will not able to find value y. So whichever cost is minimum, we need to return that. So yeah. So thank you everyone. Okay, only one guy is watching me. Hello buddy.